Hello and welcome to Hamer Reviews. My name is Christopher Hamer and today we're reviewing this wonderful little bi-colour LED panel light as part of my wider LED panel light review series. So I actually have three of these. I forgot to bring the other two with me, but I thought I'd still talk you through it because these are really interesting. They are mostly sold under the brand USKEYVISION, all one word. This particular one isn't, from what I can tell. I couldn't find a brand name for it, but it's all linked below. They all cost around £25 and they're tiny little bi-colour LED panel lights. They charge over USB-C, and if I just switch this on, they have a lovely little dimming function, which means they can provide a decent amount of light, but as I said, they are bi-colour, so I can actually choose how much light I want to output. Depending on which variant of this you buy, it'll either come with a little plunger like this, which is designed to stick to the back of your laptop or iPad or phone and provide you with light, or you get one of the best little mounts I've ever seen, which is designed to sit on top of your webcam. As you can see, there's a little cutout, and the idea is if it were on your webcam, it would fit across like this and it holds the light perfectly in place. It's actually a really nice little setup for those of you that are on conference calls a lot and need light to provide a little bit more lighting, and so you get a sharper, clearer image in a really tiny little package. Now, this is advertised as having 2000 milliamp hours of battery capacity. I'm not 100% sure whether that's correct, but it may well be. Who am I to argue? But it does mean that as a result of that relatively small capacity, it doesn't have the longest runtime. So from fully charged at around 50 to 60% brightness, it lasts just under an hour for me. Thankfully, if I'm using it in the sort of working environment with my laptop, then I actually only need around 20% of brightness to provide more than enough brightness for me. And at that kind of level, you should get 2 to 2.5 hours between charges. That isn't particularly long, and there are other products, indeed ones I've reviewed, such as the Viltrox RB08, that will last much longer, but they're also larger and, to be completely honest, not as easy to operate. So although you might not have a built-in screen on this to tell you what your settings are, what your brightness level is, what your color temperature is, tiny little dials at the top do the job perfectly well. In fact, I would say that on some of the panel lights I've reviewed, that screen is kind of pointless. It's on the back, you can't see it all the time. Once you set it, you don't see it again. You have to click buttons to change settings. Sometimes some dials just are easier to use. Of course, in terms of brightness, it's actually brighter than you'd expect. So this is it pretty much on, I'd say close, this is minimum brightness. And the color temperature here is, this is about daylight, I'd say roughly daylight. Obviously I can't tell exactly, but if I turn this up, if you watch me, I have got significantly brighter just of this tiny light in front of me. Now, bearing in mind, I am surrounded by 4 very powerful studio lights today, and this can still make a difference. So it is capable of pumping out some serious brightness. That's not to say that this is without fault. Obviously, the battery life is one thing. The mount is all right. It's not the best in the world in terms of quality, this little plunger mount. I would suggest getting the one with the little laptop mount instead, because I do think that that's probably the best. And if I just mount it on there we go, and you tighten it down. I'm just going to show it to you again on my phone so you can see how well. So this literally, it'll work perfectly. It fits on top of your laptop. Obviously, it's not designed for a phone. It fits on top of your laptop, and this doesn't fall off when it's on top of your laptop. And because this is very light, it won't move your screen too much either, unless you have a very, very loose screen. But if you're using a Mac, you have nothing to worry about. And even on my Dell laptop that I use for work, it doesn't have any issues either. It does have the USB-C charging, as I mentioned. You also have a power indicator on the back that shows you with LEDs what the charge level is, which is good. Though again, you're probably not going to see that before the light runs out if you're using it. So just bear in mind to try and keep roughly in check how much battery you have. And if you only have 2 LEDs remaining, this is going to need to be charged. Overall though, I think this is very good value for money. It's relatively cheap at £25. It does its job very well, and actually some of the versions I've had come with a diffuser on top. Not all of them have, but some of them come with a diffuser, which you can see now, and that's useful to have as well. Overall, good quality. As ever, I have a little sample now for you to watch of me being lit purely with this light with very, very dim background lighting, so you get an idea of the quality with my phone. But yeah, overall, I recommend this little light, and it's probably one of the better ones I've seen for laptop use. So as with my other videos, I've actually turned the brightness down on all my other studio lights, and I'm pretty much just using this built-in USKEYVISION light. As you can see, this is the video test. It looks pretty good. The level of light is good. The brightness is about 70%, as any more seemed a little too bright. But yeah, this is the video quality you get with the USKEYVISION LED panel lights. So I hope you found this useful. If you have any questions about the USKEYVISION LED panel light, pop them in the comments section below. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, the other button works just fine too. And if you haven't already, please do subscribe, as it really helps and I do really appreciate it. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope I see you again next time. Goodbye.